Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Trap on the Boomer Bust channel, a Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host, Terry, and today we're going to the film to look at Justin Fields' completions versus the Vikings. Actually, not that many completions. I was I guess lost in the sauce during the game, but when you really look at it, only 15 completions, and I cut out the screens and stuff like that, stuff we don't need to analyze. So honestly, when you take that out, it wasn't that many completions, especially when you compare it to, other offenses around the league. But I think everybody kind of agree he looked better in the second half. So want to go ahead and look at what we can see. So let's do that. This is the first completion, and this is in the first quarter. Okay. Gotta go back. All right, so let's start from the top. We got a 2x2 set with a tight end to the left. So we got too high, at least what looks like too high up top. But again, these corners are way off. So either we're thinking cover 4 or one of these safeties is going to walk down and it's going to end up being cover 3. Or some type of man. Might be man 2, but man, I don't know if the corner is going to be off that far. So I'm thinking cover 4 or cover 3. So this safety's walking down towards the line, so you expect a late rotation from Harrison Smith over the middle. That's kind of what you got. It might be cover 4, but either way, I'm not even sure what this route is. We got a short hitch here, and I don't even know 84. Some of these guys' names I don't be knowing, but 84 runs a flat route, so I don't know if this was the intended. Well, he didn't run a flat, he ran an out and then a hitch. So this either is a horrible play design or a bad combination. 84 might have been settling down to another hitch, but either way, the only reason I say that is because these two are hitches. So it might be 4 hitches. We know I hate that. But anyway, the receiver's off or the corner's off. The slot defender is playing with your tight end, so that's 1-on-1. Pretty simple throw, and that's a first down, I believe. So just something to get a couple yards right off the bat. And then from the end zone view, I mean, it's a quick throw. You don't gotta pass protect that long. So that's kind of that. I wouldn't say a cheap completion, but I would say a pretty easy one. Now, as you notice, we're going to have to go pretty far ahead into the game before we get another completion. And as I mentioned, I cut out all the screen passes and stuff like that. Like that stuff we don't need to analyze. So go back, so I go to the top of it. But to be honest, going through the game, it wasn't even that many screens. I mean, we just didn't have a lot of completions, to be quite honest. I think he only had 15. So now we're in an empty set. We got a single high. I don't know why they do this. I mean, this is the trip side, so I take it back. I know what they possibly could be doing because I at least in the defense I run, out of trips have a certain coverage, and basically that coverage, the safety is only going to be over here. But anyway, you more than likely going to see him rotate towards the middle. So you might have man 1, or you might have covered 3. Or combo coverage. You have nobody over number 3, so it doesn't feel like it's man coverage. And the corners are off a lot. So anyway, So at the top of the drop, we got a. I feel like that's a hitch. I mean, it's only 5 yards. That's not far enough to call it a curl to me. So you got 2 hitches. And then we got 3 guys going vertical. We'll see what they do. So you got a hitch seam route by Mooney. And you got a hitch, pretty much a hitch seam out of empty. So since it's empty, you got this third route coming over the middle, which occupies the safety, the deep safety, and either leaves you with one of these 2 seams, and you go to your best player, who also is the one that beat his man. Good recognition, and it glitched out, but the film is not going to do this any justice like the regular broadcast, because that was a nasty catch. I mean, it still looks pretty good. Still looks pretty good on film, but it's not the same without that close-up. But anyway, so we got empty. Let's look at the protection on that. 4-man protection. I mean, 4-man protection. 4-man rush. We got a T stunt going on here. Mustford picks that up pretty well. Everybody else is... Okay, I don't know what just happened. Everybody else, I'll let it roll from the top. Everybody else was doing their job pretty well. Justin Fields had a clean pocket, and that's the thing, is that he knows where he wants to go, and in those plays where he knows where he wants to go, we typically can have some better results than we do when he has to read the field. So now we're going to go ahead to the next completion. And, I mean, that was a good throw by Fields, but it's hard to say anything other than that was an amazing catch by Mooney. All right, so we're walking up to the next play, which will be the next completion. And we got trips to the right with a Y off, and then we got it close. So we're in a tight formation here. We got 2 deep safeties. Corners are off again, so you expect some type of rotation, or it might be quarters. We'll see. Yeah. So it's a play action. So top of the drop. I do not see the tight end. I'm guessing the tight end stayed in the block, unless I'm missing something. But we got one person kind of looks like he's running some type of hitch or something, but we haven't really seen the rest of the routes develop. This is a interesting this is an interesting concept. So Mooney breaks across the middle on a post, and then we got a deep out, and then we also got a dig over the middle. So let's kind of go back. So the tight end motions. Okay, he stays in and protect across the formation. Doesn't help anybody, but whatever. And so backside, this is definitely cover 4, and I know it's cover 4 because how tight these 2 safeties are. If this was cover 2, he would have to cover from hash to sideline. Same thing here, but they're pretty much just covering the quarter. So anyway, cover 4, receiver goes in, corner leaves him because this corner's responsible for deep. So he digs across the middle to probably draw this underneath coverage. Then if it's cover 2, this is a nice beater. It's cover 4, so both of these safeties are going to be on Mooney. But since it is cover 4, Peterson's playing deep on his quarter, and that out route is kind of wide open. Interesting concept. Can't say I've seen that one. That's 2 weeks in a row, but I liked it. And again, pass pro. I mean, well, I'll go back just in case you want to see this stuff because it is good stuff. But I'll go back and let it play through. Pass pro is pretty good. I mean, you got to give, like I said, for Braxton and Borum, even though Borum wasn't that great, to be going up against Daniil Hunter and Zadarius and the other pass rushers over and over. I mean, shoot. I mean, you gotta take your hats off. I keep saying it all the time. People forget. Like, you talk about a 3-sack game, like, oh my God, such an amazing game. And you forget there's like 70 plus plays. So that means the O-line is winning like a lot. And so when people are like, oh my God, they suck so bad, I'm like, that's not exactly true. But anyway, so next play, let's see. We got 2x2 with the tight end off. He's off the line. I mean, he's technically on the line, but whatever. We got kind of 2 safeties back, but Harrison's really cheating up, making you feel like cover 3. Might be man. Again, corners are way off. So we get to the, okay. It didn't want to pause at the top of the drop. So we'll go back, look at the top of the drop, see what route combo we got. So it's potentially 2 curls in the seam and then 2 verts. Again, not a combo I've seen a lot, but interesting. So I'm not sure what exactly they're playing. They might be playing a bracket coverage because this defender is all the way down the middle, which you usually see in Tampa 2. Which maybe it might just be a modified Tampa 2 where the corners just, or maybe the Vikings didn't respect the flat. And so they let the corners drift deep. But it might be a bracket coverage where somebody drops deep middle and then the 2 safeties can trap or bracket the receiver on the edge. Either way, good call versus this coverage because if you're bracketing, the safety has to worry about this half and he has to worry about that half. They have someone over the middle in case you want to take a post shot. But that leaves nobody to defend this whole middle of the area. And I can't see if they blitz somebody, but they only got a few underneath defenders. So, interesting coverage. But a good route combo versus that. And it looked like the middle defender was Kendricks. Unless I made that up. No, it was. So, to me, it feels like that was some type of bracket coverage trying to trap them into something. And looks like they only they blitz, so they end up rushing 4. But again, it's a good pickup. Pocket's clean. Allows Fields to make a pretty easy decision. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, pulled that one up short. But I'm getting interested these last 2 weeks with some of the concepts Getsy has been using. Just because I've not really seen them anywhere else. So it's pretty interesting. Did I overshoot this? Wait, what? Oh, 45 is what I'm looking for, not 44. Once again, 45 is what I'm looking for. Sorry, but we'll get there. And as you see, there's big chunks in between these completions. Like, we didn't really string a whole lot of them together. So we're empty here. Defense is kind of scrambling, but it's a single high look again. Or not again, but we got single high. I wouldn't be surprised that safety is in a trap coverage, but whatever. So top of the drop, we got a whip route coming out. We got a vertical. I don't even know if I talked about the formation, but we got another short route. Not sure where he's running. Then we got someone trying to get vertical that's jammed up. And so easy completion. I don't know if the defense was set, if they really knew what they wanted to do. But let's see. So yeah, we got a hitch over the middle, or kind of a short stop. Draws the corner, the underneath coverage. Would have been nice. I don't know if this is what they were doing, but if they were bringing Komet on a crossing route or over, and then just sending him vertical, that'd be nice. But either way, two people, and I don't even know who these two people are. Let's back up. Two people are on the vertical. So Mooney is wide open. And again, this might have been a miscommunication because this guy gets here late. So I see what happens. So, yeah. He wasn't really playing the vertical. He just was misaligned. Not misaligned, but out of alignment. Which was nice. That was a nice. And another small thing, a small little tag, as I talk about these small things on offense, you love it. Because you know he's running a whip route. And I don't know if this is Mooney or if they coach him to do this. So he's eventually trying to get here. And we know a whip route is inside out. But you see the timing for him to get behind him, but he really takes a sharp angle inside. So now this corner with outside leverage and off, he's trying to come down hard to get over there. And not only there's a rub in there, but he's trying to get over there and completely leaves the outside open. And so Mooney comes right off his heels. And again, he's trying hard. There's no outside defender. And then he just whips out, and then these two get tangled up. So it's just really nice play design. I'm pretty sure that's one read. If it's not there, and then you're probably looking for Komet on the over. So I don't know if there's a lot that Fields had to do there. But we got a four-man rush. We got a chip by the back. Braxton runs his man. We're fine. Pocket's clean. We see some themes on most of these. All right. The next one is right after this. All right. So after this run by Fields, go to the next one. Okay. So we are 3 to one side. We got two tight ends and a pair look. Both receivers are cheated down, so we got a tight, heavy type feel to it. Corners off again. Safeties, both of them back. One of them might be cheating down. Looks like Harrison might be. But anyway, play action. Top of the drop. One person stayed in the block. We got the tight end leaking out on the flat. And then we just have two deep curls. Very similar to some we used to see. Then he just dumps it down. So let's see if that was the right decision. Let's see that. So play action. The linebackers do a real good job of getting into their drops. They're not really fooled by it. Peterson's taking this outside. So I'm thinking this is cover 3. There's only one vertical threat, so Harrison is over there like a savvy vet. Because I hate it. y'all, if you watch my film, you know I hate it. I hate when this or any player covers green grass. Oh, I'm deep middle, so I'm going to just sit here in the middle. Like, no, there's no vertical threat coming over the middle. And if it is, they got this drop here. And the quarterback's eyes are over there. So he goes to the one receiver that is actually getting vertical. And I take it back because I don't think he's deep middle. I think there's another. Oh, no, there's another corner. They just carried that vertical. and you got you got Kendricks, which is like 25 yards downfield. But anyway, they both run the stops, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm probably wrong here, but if I'm Mooney, I'm like, there's nobody here. They're running with me vertical. I might just keep running, but whatever. And at this point, he's already throwing the ball, but there's a case to say go here. But this is kind of easy. And it's first down, I believe. And so that's always, let me see. Yeah, first down, it's always okay to get positive yards. So now let's see the pocket. That'll give us our real answer. They rush 4. They chip 1. They tease stun again. Braxton's already engaged, so somebody's going to have to pick up Zadarius. And really, they didn't. And Zadarius low-key could have just ran up here and got a sack, but he ran right into more people blocking. So there's a little bit messiness, but I do think Fields has a pocket clean enough to make that throw downfield. Now, does he trust the receivers after these drops? That's not Mooney. Maybe not. Who knows? And maybe he's playing it safe because the run game's doing well. But he checks it down. I'm okay with that. I'm not too upset with that. And then the next one should be right after this play. Okay, so we are, again, 3-by-1, close, tight end off, stack formation, so really tight formation. Trying to bring everybody in, which I kind of get because they're playing a lot of cover 3 and cover 4. These corners are basically going this way, and they're leaving everything in the middle. And the safeties are kind of on top of it too. So you bring it in tight. That makes the corners widen out because they got to keep they basically contained. And then you can either come over the middle and suck them in and then break out or other stuff. But whatever, that's kind of what we've been doing. So at the oh my God, top of the drop, this thing did not want to pause again. Looks like the same play we saw earlier, or just the last one. 2 deep curls, 1 flat, and then looks like we got another one leaking out the backside. And we had 3 people in the flat. Now that I don't like. That I do not like. Let's see who they were. One was the running back over the middle. So it looks like 18's Pettis chipped and then leaked out. I don't know if he was going vertical or not. We got this route, which is at the line of scrimmage. That's what I don't like. If you're going to run the running back over the middle, run him 5 yards downfield or something. And then that's just a flat route out the back. So that's fine to me. And so just like the last time, he ends up checking it down. Don't necessarily love this concept, but hey. So yeah, this is pretty much quarters. These 2 safeties are keeping everything down the seams in front of them. This corner is going to be responsible for deep here. This corner is responsible for deep here. So, and this is really, okay. So, it could be a good concept if you fix a couple things. So, if you're running this against quarters, you know this corner is going to cover it vertical. You know this safety is going to see it and take this as well. So you got 2 for 1. So then I don't want to run a flat route. I want to run either a speed out or I want to run something at an angle, whatever you want to call it. And so I want to get upfield, get vertical because he's vacated all this space. And so you have Komet, I'm sure, doing his job, run down the line of scrimmage. Look at all these yards we wasted. Because you know he's going to get chased by the underneath coverage. So I don't like that. And same thing here, backside. So you chip, you late release. And so, yeah, you might have a fade ball here. But why not just run a nice speed out at like 8? I mean, that's easy yards right there. So then you know they're dropping Kendricks deep over the middle, whatever they call this coverage. It's not something I see a lot. So they're dropping the linebacker deep over the middle with a cover 4 shell. So you know that's because Mooney ran directly to it, which is fine. He takes up some of the eyes here. So it could be a good concept, but I don't like it. I think you got to adjust the other routes off that one. And so those other 2 routes weren't open, so that's not on Fields. That's something he just had to check down. And the pocket's fine. Pocket's clean. It was just nothing else downfield. Okay. Getting towards the end of the game. And I couldn't imagine if we had like a Josh Allen or something, like how long this would take. I would never do all of his completions if we had a offense like that, because Jesus, it's already a lot. Yeah, there's the touchdown that was not. So we got empty again, trips to the right, same shell look that we had before, so we should know what coverage to expect. Oh, and then they dropped him off late. Interesting. And of course they blitz, so they might be in zone, they might be in man. Let's see. And we're in a quick one. I don't know. I wonder if this was slants or actually 2 hitches and then 1 slant over the middle. But he looks like he's on a slant too. So maybe it was hitch, slant. I don't know. But he's definitely not running a slant, number 18, Pettis. And it doesn't look like Mooney is either. So if you ran 2 hitches, a slant, and an outside slant, I will tell you I've never seen that combination. But a good one if, you got a team that's running pretty much trap coverage or bracket coverage where you got someone over the middle and 2 to the side. Whether that's Kendricks dropping back or late rotating safety, you got a hitter over the middle. Again, easy completion, especially when they blitz. So we'll see, because they'll blitz from this side. We'll see the pass pro. Oh, he's wide open. So let's see. They sent 6, so there's going to be an open person. But I don't know. The Vikings, I don't know. These blitzes don't make sense to me because, yeah, you end up getting Kendricks open, but at the same time, this guy's not doing anything. But anyway, we're not here to critique the blitz. So they blitz, and your only middle defender, who I'm sure at the beginning of the snap, you're waiting for Kendrick to drop back. He blitzes. There's a new middle defender, but it doesn't matter. Once he blitzes, boom, that's my hot route. We gone. Pitch and catch. Pitch and catch. All right, so now we're going to go to the last few ones on our last drive. R.I.P. R.I.P. What could have been. Okay, empty again, except for it's tight. Everything's tight, kind of stacked. Bunch formation here. Corners are off. 2 safeties are back. Let's see. Nobody's walked up on the line of scrimmage or nothing. You do have this linebacker split out over him, so you might be expecting man or some type of blitz. That's not what they do. They just want to cover those flats a little better. Let's rewind and see the top of the drop. Okay, so let's go a little further. So we got one flat route, one late leak out to the flat. Again, that's why they bump him out. They want to cover these leaks. Even though they didn't, I mean, 39, I'm sure was supposed to cover this one. But anyway, so we got Mooney going vertical. Another guy going vertical. I don't know if they're about to do a cross. And then we got a third person going vertical again. This might be a version of that play they ran earlier. Let's see. No. I don't know what that was. It looks like... Who's at the bottom of this screen? I can't see the number. Might be Pettis. Looks like he ends up running a curl route. A deep curl. And then looks like this receiver either ran a curl and then improvised, or he was supposed to run a very large whip route and stem it inside and break it out. And then you got Mooney running down the post. Either way, a lot of eyes down vertical, leaving kind of the flat pretty open. Montgomery chips and releases late. Okay. All right. Come on, film. Don't go crazy. Braxton loses. So that might have sped up the time. You had Komet chip too, with a great chip, by the way. The rest of the pocket's fine, but Braxton is losing. So now you got Justin having to move up. So again, it looks like he came here and then broke out. And then, of course, you got Mooney over the middle, which is closed by Harrison Smith. So then you got that deep curl back there. But just a lot of time to develop. Yeah, he wasn't even in his break yet. So you just dump it down. I mean, you got not Mooney, Fields making some smart decisions at least, where it's like, okay, I'm not gonna try to be reckless or anything. Oh, I need to go to 58. So on that one, I would say that's the concept too. Again, some really cool concepts I haven't seen. Some I just do not like. Oh my God. We were doing so well. And then the film was just couldn't have it. So as you can see, sack, fumble, all that. We love it. Then they get to the line quick. We're in a regular 2x2. Defense is not really set. I don't know what they're in. So, I think that was for vert, but I might have missed it. I know we went vertical up the seams. It was not for vert. What? I mean, I'm okay kind of with this, except the two. So we ran two vertical seams that looked like they were going to end up going into each other, and then two quick out routes. You know, it's 2-minute offense, so you got to have something that you want to go to the sideline, but Fields ends up dumping it down. Montgomery makes some good yards out of it. Let's see what the pocket looked like, because that was all off timed. Woo! Who is that in the middle? Hey, I don't even blame Jenkins. That was a nasty move. That spin was nasty. So he's got a little bit of pressure, but I mean, the Vikings was late to line up. Everybody's already vertical, so there's really nothing to go to. But make some yards. Live to go another play. And then I think that goes to our last play. Again, they're in 2-minute mode there. Hurry up. So we got trips right, single to the left, Two safeties back. They're definitely running bracket coverage or something, because this safety rotates to the middle. I don't know what Harrison Smith is looking at. And then he's back. I don't know. This is weird coverage. But anyway, yeah, so I don't know if Harrison was jumping this in the middle. I mean, it is really open, but that leaves one-on-one on the outside with a player I just never even seen get a catch for us. But he gets the catch, and it's the right decision. He just keeps making. I mean, honestly, I don't blame him. A lot of people were talking about that, but I mean, it was a great play by Dantzler. As we say, sometimes the defense wins. So let's see. They send ends up being 5 to get a little pressure. Pocket's okay. Fields has to make a tough throw, but I mean, you could have went to one of these over the middle, to be honest, but I'm sure they want to, it's still a one-on-one matchup. You want to get towards the sideline. The throw was fine. I don't remember how many timeouts we had at this point, but the throw was fine. Then he made Dantzler miss. Just doing a little too much. Dantzler came back and got him. Woo! I know that hurt to watch again, but we had to. So, yeah, I mean, overall, honestly, it's, for the most part this year, I've been confirming on film what I see during the game, what I felt coming into the year. As I told you in the recap, I felt like they adjusted their play calling to things that were just easier for Justin Fields. And I don't know. I don't watch the Vikings every week. I don't watch every team. I can tell you that out of the conversations I've had, that's not a coverage I've seen a lot or ever. And so it was funky. And obviously we were trying to get our running game going, and I'm sure that coverage kind of confused them. But once they had a halftime to look at it, I give kudos to the staff for adjusting. And some of these concepts attacked that coverage well. Some of them didn't, but either way, they were easy reads. I mean, and I'm not a fan of this type coverage. Like, I'm not even really a fan of quarters too much of the time, because that's just too easy to me. Not too easy. Before NFL is too easy. Like, the corners are so far off. There's only so much you can do. Now, in quarters, we play our type quarters. We play man over deep. So, at about 5 yards, they go vertical, you go vertical with them. Everything else we rally up to. But some people play a little different, where they'll just play the corners 10 yards off, and they'll just, if anything goes short in your area, just run up on it. Don't worry about the vertical threat. And so the way the Vikings was doing it, it was just so far off. It's not a whole lot the corners can do from that. And then there's 2 safeties back there, so something's not getting covered in the flat or the curl flat. It's one of the two. It's just, the curl, I should say. One of those two is not getting covered. And the corners weren't that great either, because they kept taking everything vertical right with the safety, leaving it open. But anyway, not to get too technical, I think the coverage that the Vikings were playing, they didn't think that we'd be patient enough or good enough to take it short or be able to read that. And they just didn't want it, especially after Mooney, they didn't want to give no more deep shots. And so the adjustment where we were able to attack the open zones worked. It worked really well. And so, kudos to the coaching staff for that. But I liked what I saw with Justin Fields, and I watched all the plays, so I saw when he scrambled instead of throwing it and all that. I just like his decision making. And he's at a place where he's going to need that help. You're going to have to be able to help him out. Not just with the talent, not just receivers making crazy catches, but the coaching staff, you're going to have to help him out with the scheming to make it a little easier for him. But he showed great poise, and maybe it's because the pockets were pretty clean. At least when he made those throws. There's definitely times he got sacked and stuff, but either way, he showed good poise and trust, and so I thought he was able to deliver on what we needed him to do. So, yeah, that's it for me. Go down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Share it around. Get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, stay up and bear down.